So this is the second day of my Volvo, and I got the AC bracket mount taken off, and look at this. Yep, the pulley is actually still in one shape, but the I think the belt actually like melted in this one. Yeah, looks like the belt melted on this. Or yeah, it looks like the belt melted. It's still okay actually. Yeah, anyway, I have a new tensioner pulley for that. And then yeah, these are all the bolts. I'm gonna try install this without the alignment jig because I didn't touch the adjuster screw in there, so maybe it will just align properly. If not, then it will be another disaster. So yep, this is how much space you have in there for the for taking out the power steering pump. And guess what, that bolt for the power steering pump is missing. I don't know what that mechanic did, the previous mechanic who serviced this car before, but it's definitely not there. It's missing. So we got two bolts holding the power steering pump. Pretty much this is the idler pulley. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up. The reason I took out the this bracket, actually you don't need to in this case. Like if your belt got shredded, you don't need to like take out the bracket. I just want to see and clean the leaking oil in here. I don't know if it's the power steering pump that's leaking, or maybe this drive, you know, the what you call it, the crankshaft drive. I think there's a seal in there that actually goes bad and to leak oil. So look at that, it's actually wet with oil. So I'm gonna clean that stuff so that the next time I'll deal with this case, and so that next time I will actually know what's leaking and what needs to be replaced. So I got the power steering pump now. Yeah, I see the reason why most people would remove this ABS or remove this up, because there's really no space pretty much. It's so tight. And then I removed the spring or the coupler for this. Yep, so there's like two T25 screws that connects to the pulley, and this one goes to the water pump on that side over there. There's like a hook that will go to this that will go against this spring, and then it will in turn turn the water pump along with the power steering. So I'm gonna put the belt on and then put this back in, and then we're gonna put the power steering pump. Now here's the thing, the mechanic that did this, or whoever did this, didn't actually secure the power steering pump. There's no bolts that connects to the transmission or to the engine. It's only supported by one bolt, which is amazing. I don't know how it will run before, without those two bolts securing the power steering pump. Probably it vibrates a lot. Okay, and this is the center pin plastic. It's still in good shape though, so yeah, I didn't bother to buy a new one, but in case I want to change the water pump, yeah, this goes with the new water pump, and this one too. So don't forget to install this one. Putting the belt in. So we're gonna put the centering pin and this. We got the belt in, then the power steering, one of the brackets. The brackets over here is secured. This is the only one supporting it. Then we got the water pump. There's 2 slots there. This one and this one. So, and then we need to just put in the 2 screws. So 2 T25 here and on the other side. Okay, we'll do that. Threading it by hand. Then to the other side. That's that one. Yeah, this is a tight space for everything. Then after this, I'm gonna remove the old idler pulley, the one that's broken. And then I need to find M8 by 40 bolts going in here, probably from the hardware store, and secure this power steering pump. Actually with just one bracket it still works, but yeah, I think it vibrates probably. The bracket is in place now. So here's the tensioner, the old one, and it's like being secured by one of these bolts. So I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put the new one. Here's the new one. When you buy it, it includes the locking pin, which actually like locks it in place over there. Then if I compare it, looks like the tensioner pulley is still in one piece, but see that? The pulley disintegrated. I mean the belt. The belt just melted. And I think it's the original Ford Motor Company. It's a license. Yeah, it's actually from Ford. I'm gonna have to put in the tensioner without putting the idler pulley first. I might probably have problems putting the idler once the tensioner is in place because of that locking pin. So this is what's left of it. This is what's left of the pulley, only the bearings. And it's, yeah, wouldn't, yeah, stuck now. This is the new one. These E40, putting the pulley in by hand first, lining it up, putting in the tensioner pulley. Into that slot. Okay, tensioner pulley is in. Belt is routed properly. Yep. Took me a while to put the bolt on that tensioner pulley. It doesn't snug in all the way in, but yep. You have to purchase a M8 by 40 bolt for the power steering pump. So going to tighten them. So the toughest part is actually the one on the back, because you're doing it blind, so you're tightening it by feel. So I just left my socket wrench out there and then slowly tighten them one after the other until they all until they are all tight, like really tight. I need a socket for this. Yeah, the one at the back. So you guys have a socket there. Yep. Bolts are new bolts, pretty much tightened down now. Tighten the bracket here. Down over here, there's a bracket here. There's a bracket at the back of the steering pump. Yeah, it's like a maze of cables. The one on top near the ABS, I have to tighten that too. Loosen it, because it's hard to like tighten the or put in the bolt below if it's not loose in here. So yeah, alignment is bare on this one. Yeah, I don't know, this is a bad design from Volvo. Pretty much a bad design, terrible design. Okay, now we're just gonna turn the bracket here and here. I usually put the bolt back to where they belong so that you could keep track of them. Putting up the bracket back. Yeah, this is somehow this is tricky because you have to put them in the correct place before you tighten the bolts, or the bolts, otherwise we'll have a hard time installing them. Yeah, there's a lot of brackets here. I think this design is really more of a hack job for Volvo. It's a really well thought design. Okay, so we got this one ready. Tighten it by hand first. Yep. Inspect the belts, see if they are riding properly. This one on that drive thing. Yeah. Stuck. Almost time to pull the tensioner. Oh, I gotta pull it. You need a 19 mm to release the tensioner. Is out. So we're just gonna put the monkey wrench there. Yep, there's like a flat surface there. It will rest on this there's a flat surface there. It will rest on this one, and then you push down. Once you push it down, it will release tension, and you could pull this pin out. Now it's ready to put the bracket back for the power steering reservoir. Install the computer. And the air bracket is back. So got that one in. This one. And this one. And the reservoir back in. Yep. So no extra bolts. This one. One for the computer. And one for the air intake. Air intake back. Muff is back in place. It's the computer connectors. Just let it slide it on. This one, two. And what's this? There should be like a unlock position. Lock it. So, yep. That's it. And the moment of truth. Okay. Time to turn this guy on. And we'll see. Oh, I forgot the brackets there for the AC. Yeah, there's a bracket here so that your hose will not touch the fan. So I'm gonna put it back. I think it's over here. Not this one. Yep. So got it all tightened up. Yep. Yeah, this is a handy tool, especially if you have like torque screws in positions like that. Yeah, you really need this one. It's like a mini ratchet. Pressure low. No smoking. Lights working fine. Except for the headlights. The headlights needs to be cleaned. The headlights here working. The other one is not. So doing a test drive with my Volvo with a broken serpentine belt. I'm missing bolts on the power steering pump. It runs really good, except that I could feel the roughness in the rotors because they were like very rusty at all. So I'm driving it around, and probably this rough sound will go away once I started braking. And then I have some weird issue with this one. So it looks like when I apply the brakes, it started to give me warnings. Yep. So the warning is like my driver door is open, and then my stoplight is check my stoplight, and then bulb failure, low beam. Well, that's fine because the headlight low beam is busted anyway. You could tell that. But if I'm like going like around 40 miles and then I suddenly like brake, yet the warning would show up, like my driver door is open. So there might be something electrical related to the brake switch, I think. So let me see. We're gonna make a left turn in here, and we'll see what happens. Yep, it happens when I press the brake. So there's something going on with the brake switch, and I could feel the roughness like going away now. Yeah, I was suspecting that there was like a wheel bearing problem because it makes a noise. But man, for 243,000 miles, this thing, the engine is still running pretty good. And what scares me right now is that the coolant temperature seems to be not going up. I don't know why, but it's been that way. So once the battery is fully charged on this one, I'm gonna run an OBD computer scan on what's going on. Last time there was a check engine light, but I don't know, maybe it was caused by like say the water pump not running, power steering pump not running, something like that, or the AC not running. So I'm going to do a brake now. Yep. That's it. And it's the driver's door. I don't know what's going on, but the driver door actually, the window doesn't work. My remote key fob doesn't work either, so need to check that out. But so far I've been driving it, try to charge the battery up. Yeah, there's still some roughness that I could feel, but they're not that bad compared to when I initially drove it.